I'm thinking, this is hell. This is hell. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to walk across that hill. Maybe I'll go get my family, but I'm done acting. I'm done. Hey, I'm Bill Coleus. I've been a working actor for the past 15 years, and I've booked over 50 national commercials. I've been on set from the smallest student production to massive Hollywood films, working with everyone from Martin Scorsese to Lady Gaga. And today I'm talking about one of the 5 things that I learned in my career so far.
The plane broke up into 5 main sections. The 2 wings, the aft hull and tail, the forward hull and cockpit, which we have here.
How large was the spread?
About half a mile.
As the plane broke up before impact. Have you found the digital flight data recorder yet?
We're still searching. I'd been driven deep into the ground after impact.
So I booked my first guest star on Criminal Minds, and I was so excited. You know, I had like 4 or 5 lines in the first scene, a couple lines in the second scene, and I got to work with a lot of actors that I was really excited about working with. You know, I must have run my lines like 50 times. I show up, they put me in the FBI outfit, I'm in my trailer, I run my lines another 50 times, and then they comes on the door, hey, Mr. Coleus, we're ready for you, and then they drive me out into the desert, where there is a plane crash. There are, as you saw in the scene, there's just scattered wreckage everywhere, things just rising up into the air, 20 feet up in the air, you know, there's wreckage up in the hills, smoke, 80 extras playing other EMTs and firemen and all that sort of thing. And the van pulls up and I take it all in and I start to get a little tingly in my face. And then I meet all the stars and I'm shaking their hands and my hands are beginning to get a little numb. And the director comes on over and he's like, hey, Bill, great audition. So glad to have you here. Look, you see this great crane we have coming in to do this big Hollywood shot. It's going to be amazing. And now my toes are feeling a little numb. And the director says, okay, let's run it through. Let's just practice it for the camera shot. And as we're working through the plane crash, I stumble over my lines. And the director's like, that's fine. It's all good. We know where we're supposed to go. Let's just get this first shot done. And I'm beginning to have a hard time breathing. And we do the first take, and I stumble over my 3rd line. They yell, cut. We go back to the beginning. We take a second take, and I blow my 2nd line. Now I can't feel my body. And the script supervisor comes over to me and looks me in the eye and says, what are you doing? Now I can't feel my face. Now fear has completely taken over. It gets so bad by the 4th take, which I blow again, I call cut on myself. Now the lines are gone and fear has completely taken over. I feign heat stroke, end up in a real EMT's van with an ice pack down my pants running lines with the paramedic. Actor's worst nightmare. And I'm thinking, this is hell. This is hell. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to walk across that hill. Maybe I'll go get my family, but I'm done acting. I'm done. Worst nightmare, right? And then I thought, wait, hold on. What is going on? Like, you have 5 lines in this scene. You've done 2-hour plays. What is going on? And I begin to recognize that, oh my God, I've made this scene about myself. That as you may remember from the very first video, the first thing that I ever learned, and most important thing that I learned in my career, is service, is asking the question, how can I help? I completely abandoned that and turned it into my big guest star on Criminal Minds. So that as soon as I had messed up one line, everything got shattered. That now I was suspected as not deserving that guest star. And of course I deserved that guest star. I auditioned and I got the role. But I panicked, and the fear took over. Now, they had moved on to another scene, and now they were coming back to film my scene again, and I had to go back on set. As soon as I showed up, one of the stars looked at me and said, hey, do you want to run lines before each take? And I was like, yeah. And I recognized that he had been here before. He had dealt with an actor like me before. I had had 2 pages of a 60-page script. So we get through our first take. We get through our second take. We get through our third take and we nail it, and I get released for the day and I drive home bawling. Not bawling, bawling. B-A-W-L-I-N-G. Tears streaming down my face. Now, I show up that second week, at the end of the week, for my second take, for my second scene, and I go up to the director, and the first thing I say is, look, I'm so sorry about Monday. And he said, why? What happened on Monday? Hey, I heard you had a baby recently, which I had, because I did too, and we start talking about that. And that's when I realized that I had made it about myself. Instead of serving the script, serving the job, serving everybody else out there doing their job. And I turned it into my guest star, which was a very important lesson to me. So I thought, you know what? Next job I get, I'm going to visualize success. I'm going to visualize my service. I'm going to visualize some script supervisor giving me the thumbs up. And I worked hard on that visualization. And I do this every set that I go on from here on out. How is this, from my perspective, going to work well? Now, I booked a job a month later, which is the universe saying, all right, let's give you another chance, which was American Horror Story Hotel, where I get my throat slit by Lady Gaga. A career highlight, right? So I show up, I do my lines, I get my throat slit by Lady Gaga. A career highlight. Everything goes beautifully. And as I'm walking off set, some woman behind the camera goes, I love it when actors are ready. Script supervisor. Spot on. Okay? Do not let the fear convince you that you are the most important person on set. Do not let the fear overtake the body. Do not let the fear sabotage your work. Make it about the work, but serve the work. And don't let that fear take over. You are in control. You can do the work. You've done the memorization. Trust yourself. If you're in service, it's enough.
He focused on and off for the last 3 minutes of his airborne.
But there's no indication of system or mechanical malfunction. Everything was working normally.
Including the autopilot? Because it sounded like they couldn't override it.
There's one theory we haven't considered. Someone other than the pilot or the co-pilot was controlling the plane.